G'day folks, how you going? It's Brad here from the Headshot Guys, and I'm going to show you today my little studio. Obviously, being a headshot photographer, I don't need a massive space. This is my double garage that I've converted into a studio. It stays set up like this the whole time, which makes it really easy for me. I've got a desk set up here that obviously I do my editing and admin and all that sort of stuff just right there. And this is where I shoot my headshots. Now, it is big enough, I can do full length, I can do half body, but I can't, if I'm photographing motorbikes or cars or any of those sort of stuff, they're not going to come in here. So really quickly, my setup is a clamshell setup. It's really easy, it's really basic. I've got I've got a newer beauty dish on there. It's a soft beauty dish. It's about just under 2 foot in width, so I have it nice and close in a clamshell setup. Obviously I have my silver reflector here, which obviously gets some light back up under the chin and softens the shadows a little bit, but that beauty dish, it's a soft one, it folds down, it's a newer, it's really nice little beauty dish. It's white on the inside. It just gives a soft beautiful light when you can have it close enough. For me, it's about shadows, light on the face, make it really simple, really basic. Have a white background, which is my standard for headshots, and I have my two AD 200s on the outside there that will make my background white. Now I've got an AD 400 as my main light. They're all battery powered, so it eliminates any cords, which is fabulous. I went cordless probably 3 years ago, and it makes it so much easier. When you've got cords lying all around the place, people trip over them and they kick them and do all that kind of stuff, and eventually they degrade. So battery powered, the only drawback is that you've got to remember to charge them all the time. So not a big deal. I probably get at least 2 weeks out of most of the charges. That's consistently shooting most days. So they've got a pretty good battery life. So they're Godox products. My camera here is a Z6 mirrorless, obviously, 85 prime lens on there. That's a 1.8. Headshots, I keep the settings really simple, and for all of you learning photographers out there, or novice headshot photographers out there, keep it really simple. I very rarely change my settings. I go 100 ISO, 160th of a second at f8, and that will get me through most situations in a headshot style. If I need to go up and down in power, I won't play with the camera settings. I'll adjust the power on the flash, on the studio flash. So I will have a little bit of adjustment. I've got my light meter here. I've had that for a long time. It still works really well. But the most important thing in my studio is this. This is a tether cord, and it connects from my camera to my computer. And that allows me and the client to view their images immediately. So my headshot sessions are very instructional. I have a couple of core beliefs. The first one is that most people look like crap in their photos. The main reason they look like crap is often because they've simply never been taught. So I have some techniques that I give people and step them through these techniques that automatically their headshots just look better. The main premises built around the headshot techniques is head position and expression. So people are able to see their headshot as I shoot it, as it comes up on my big screen, which means that they get instant feedback. I get instant feedback. I know what I'm doing wrong. I can check the lighting. I can check their face position. Is their head position in the, all those types of things. How's their expression? How are their eyes? How's their mouth? How's their smile? Does it look real? Does it look fake? All those types of things. So really basic setup. You will notice I have a stool. I have a stool because I like shooting at eye level. Always shoot my headshot clients at eye level, around the eyes or the mouth, about that level. Now, I'm not very tall, so if I get taller clients in here, I'll plonk them on the chair, and what that does, it just lowers their centre of gravity without having them bend over or do anything like that, so that I can always maintain that level, that camera level towards there, about, you know, from here somewhere is where I often need to be. And again, it depends on a few things. Some people have deeper eyes, so you've got to adjust your light so that it's a little bit lower. So those types of things can affect where you have your camera placement. But generally it's in about that area, so that they feel like they're on the same level, or their audience feels like they're on the same level as the client, which is really, really important. So AD200s at the back there, they have simple reflectors on them, pretty small. It's a Bowens mount. I have all Bowens mounts on all my stuff. This basically would just project the light out a little bit, doesn't have the spread, but I have one of those on either side. Obviously the beauty of having my client seated there, they're about 5-6 feet in any normal situation. They're about 5 or 6 feet from the background, which means that if I turn off the AD200s at the back, the white background will go grey, or a light grey, which will obviously give people a different look. When you're shooting lights into a white background, there's a lot of flaring up, there's a lot of bounce light. Will come back and often give people a nice little cut of light along their jawline, which looks really good. You've got to be careful, you don't want to have them up too bright, otherwise it just throws light all over the place. So you can turn those off, you get a nice grey background. So very quickly, without being too finicky or too fiddly or looking like you're losing focus because you're playing with your gear all the time, you can just turn off the lights on my little transmitter on top of my camera. So that sits up there nicely, so that very quickly I can control, turn off lights, turn them on, up the power, down the power, all that type of thing. So it makes it nice and handy. That's about it. Like I said, the modifier is a beauty dish. I can put a bigger modifier on that depending on the person, how they look, how's their face, the colour of their skin, all those types of things will, I'll make that adjustment or that assessment when they first walk in and I start chatting to them, getting their level of confidence. How confident are they? Do they feel comfortable? How long does it take me to make them feel comfortable? Those types of things. So very simple setup. I love keeping it simple. I don't change it that often. I have some techniques that I use when I want to give people a completely different look. You'll notice there above the white background, I have another backdrop, which is a darker grey. I think it's a Savage roll of paper. I think it might be called Fashion Grey from memory. It was a while back since I bought it. But I roll that down and that'll give me a much darker grey. And that will also allow me to shoot some colours. If you've seen my work, you'll see some blues, some reds, some greens, some yellows in the background, just to give it a little bit, it makes it look a little bit edgy. So that's it. That's my setup. I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any questions, don't be scared to shoot them through. I'm Brad from the Headshot Guys. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye now.